I mean, I love what I do, and it's fun. I love meeting people. That's probably the most important for me. Is it's nice to see how other people think and what they're looking for, and kind of tailor our message and our conversation to them. I think that's the most fun for me, is that I don't really meet a stranger, and I can make friends pretty quickly, and I don't mind being on the road by myself. Like, I feel like if you go on the road with somebody, then you just kind of hang out with your friend, or you hang out with that person that you're comfortable with.
You don't meet their locals. You don't see the city the right way.
Right. So I typically travel by myself, and I go to all these shows and conferences, and I'll meet with developers, and I'll have dinners with, different retailers, and I see so much by doing it, because I'm kind of forced to, like, when I go into a room, I'm like, okay, I need to meet 5 new people tonight, or I need to have so many appointments before I get there, and they all can you can gain something from each of those, because they'll say, hey, have you met so-and-so? Have you been to this concept? Or have you talked to, and it just kind of leads to the next thing, which is really kind of fun for me. So
how do you develop that skill? That's a real skill to do that, right? To have that. I mean, I feel like I'm the same way, and to me it comes extremely naturally. Right. And I think I have an accent on my side, right? So it makes people kind of like intrigued in general. But like for you, when you go into a new city and you like I said, you've got to have 5 appointments set, and you've got to do this. Like, there's a reason you're very good at your job, and that's because you're very good. You have a skill, but there's structure to it as well.
I think honestly, it comes from growing up in a really small town, and
knowing everybody.
You knew everybody, and like it was such a fun atmosphere. I still have teachers that I went to high school with, or that were my teachers, that are friends of mine on Facebook, right? Yeah. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, it was such a small town that you love like knowing everything and knowing everybody. So when you don't know somebody in a different market, you just take that small town and you just make it life size, right? And you try to meet as many people as you can, and say, okay, well, I don't know this perspective. Let me go out here and see who I can meet. And that's the most fun for me, is that I think growing up in a very rural, country, horses and cattle, and way out in the country, that you knew your neighbors, you knew your teachers, you knew everybody that surrounded you. Yeah. And it was fun that there was a little bit of an accountability, is that you had like an expectation, because people knew who you were just because it was a small town.
Yeah. It would get back to parents if you did anything bad.
They knew everything that I did. So